there's enough chemicals being used today, and yeah, getting back to the old days when we grew up as kids and all that sort of stuff. You grew your own vegetables and had your own sheep or cattle and all that sort of stuff, and it definitely tasted better back then, and it tastes better today if you can get away from the chemical side of things. Um, there are a need for some chemicals and all that sort of stuff.
Getting back to the natural way of doing things and to help the soil biology and the health of us, the plants and the animals. We went for the on-farm production mainly because we're very hands-on with everything we do. It just was what worked for us. We could see future possibilities for doing the on-farm production. You're looking at what we're using for what we're brewing, which is enough to do us basically all year round, compared to when you're getting all your chemicals in bulker bags and having to find undercover storage for them. Yeah, so that's sort of a plus as well. So Wayne can buy another tractor.
And it's not a time-consuming thing. To decanter one lot and put the other batch down and all that sort of stuff, it's a couple of hours. But you're not wasting a day by organising your fertiliser that's brewed here on farm. And it's simple. And the benefits are a lot better than buying chemical stuff. And as I said, costing wise, it works out. Now it's going to work out a lot cheaper than buying the stuff like the chemical fertilizer and all that. And we know it's natural and it's doing good. Yeah, what are we doing? We're doing
two seaweed batches.
Yeah, 2 seaweed in the barrels, and what are they? 200-litre barrels. So there's 400 litres of seaweed or sea kelp, and 200 litres of fish. And basically, said we're doing a blend of it. Most of the time of the seaweed and the fish.
So we've done foliar spray on the trees, on the pecan trees.
Yeah, foliar spray, and several times I've used on my boom spray and sprayed up in between the rows on the pasture, and that does the root system of the trees, and it's good for the pasture and that as well. And what was really surprising, I thought, with the kelp and the fish and that maybe you'd have a bit of trouble with the sprays and nozzles blocking up, but so far it hasn't been a problem, hasn't been an issue at all. And I've said I've used the sprays several times and it's been really good.
Yep.
Yeah, no blockages, and it's great. It's easy, it's simple, and yeah.
We've been putting the seaweed in in the drinking water for the sheep, so they've got access to that as well. So yeah, they seem to be used to it now. So yeah, we've got that in the palicon, and we just feed that into the water troughs, and yeah, so we foliar spray, fertigate out through our irrigation system, boom spray the pastures, and use it as supplement feed for the animals. What do you call it? Like the residual after the seaweed was decanted. Jake said we could give that to the sheep, and yeah, they didn't mind that. So yeah, multiple uses.
Well, probably double the recommended dosage, or the minimal dosage, so to speak. So basically, for every 100, for every 400 litre spray tank, it was 400 litres of water, and I believe it was 4 litres of seaweed and 2 litres of fish I put in there, and yeah, and I sprayed that out in the pasture. Done the whole
property, yeah.
Yeah, and basically used 24 litres all up of the fertiliser, the seaweed and the kelp. let down the whole 40 acres. And 2 days later, we got rain, and we got good rain.
Good steady rain for 24 hours.
So here at Mudgee, if you get 15 to 20 mil, that's classed as good rain. Yeah, so we got 15, 20 mil over a couple of days after I put it out, and everyone else's paddocks are all burnt off with a couple of frosts that we've had, and ours is still nice and lush, and clover's coming through. It's looking absolutely gorgeous, and then. The sheep are saying thank you very much. They're really enjoying it.
Unfortunately, so are the rabbits and the roos, but yeah, there's patches there that are just coming up so thick with the grasses and clover and your lamb's tongue and all the things that seem to work. Yeah.
Put it on their veggie garden with potatoes and pumpkins and watermelons and all that we had growing there, and
zucchinis.
really good successful crop. Yeah, more than what we needed. So a lot of the neighbours got fed for free. They like when we first we bought them from a guy over at Bathurst that was selling them, and he was moving on, and and they weren't bad, but they weren't.
You can tell they had been on fine pickings.
But since we've been using Sonic and that and boom spraying and the pastures and that, and they're fat, very fat, because the grasses and clover and that's all coming through really well now for them. And said we're doing like the strip graze, so they'll be in one section there for a month, and then we'll move on to the next block, and then by that time come back, and they're quite happy and fat, and they taste really good too.
And we've got all the neighbours are watching very closely. We often get the question, how come your paddocks are so green when ours are all not? Well, because we're using seaweed fertiliser and the fish, and you really can see the difference just driving up the road. Everything's green, so we're happy. It has actually saved us a lot of money on extra fertilisers, so don't hesitate.
Don't hesitate, because it does work. It does work, and as I said, we've just seen it over the 12 months that we've been using it, and hopefully in another 3 years you can really see the big difference. But everything is improving, and it's natural. And
it's cost efficient.
Very cost efficient.